Good.
Wait, babe, what were you saying?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Rekt League. Hey, babe, what we're saying is that. How's it going? We got the TriCast going. Thanks for bearing with us.
Oh.
Yeah, we're here. We're doing it. We're
We're
live.
live.
We're live. We're doing it. All right,
Yep.
let's do it.
So we
then.
needed a caster for the 6 p.m. So I asked that these two fine gentlemen, the best in the business, to join, and we got both of them. So here we are. Bramble versus Air is done. 2-0 for Bramble. Now we got Ocean versus Infernal. Thoughts, boys? Lay them out.
Why don't you hit him first, Sean? I want to hear your take so I can just copy it.
I know that I'm excited to be casting another Ocean game, and I got a chance to do Infernal last week, and I know that both these teams are fucking hype, so I'm ready to see more between both of these teams.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like the battle of the giants here. I've only been casting Infernal this season. Wouldn't have it any other way. They're my favorite team to cast because I don't have to know a lot about League to know what they're going to do, which is great news for me. It makes it a lot easier to cast. They're going to Zabel's going to be all over the map. Shu's going to be a ticking time bomb, and Rovian's going to be sneaky carrying in the back seat. So I'm pumped to see if my predictions are correct.
And to give you the Ocean perspective, as the Ocean fanboy on the other side, I know that Rubber Bandman, I think, has been outperforming everybody's expectations in the top lane this season. He's been doing really well. Vash has been dominating the jungle, especially in the early phases of the game. We always know that we can look for him to do something crazy, burn some flashes, get some kills. Something's going to happen in the early stage of the game. And then, of course, Phoenix, Jmu, Worthy Dust, all very reliable players that we know are going to be able to deliver some high-quality league.
Absolutely. And high-quality league is what we're going to deliver. So we're going to try and hop into this as fast as we can. What are the lanes to watch? Endo, you go first. What's your hype matchup here?
Actually, I want to see what's going to happen with this bot lane. I want to see Jmu, the chillest of the chill dudes that I've ever encountered. I've never heard Jay even raise his voice before. And I want to see him, what's he going to do against Rovian, who's also very chill and builds and like slowly CS's, and then suddenly he's double your gold in like when you looked away. I don't know how he does it, but it's two sneaky chill bras hanging out in the bot lane, and I want to see who comes out on top.
I honestly I'm going to take the copying strategy here and say that I am also excited for the bot lane, honestly. I think we're going to see some action. There's some good players on both teams.
All right, well, big action is coming our way. We're getting a champ select, and we are banning out Yuumi, which is no action. So, cool. We're fine with that. We want to see something that requires maybe hands. Hands would be good.
Hands are important when you're fighting. Absolutely. And right after that, there's the Vlad ban taking it away from Shu because he's just a wrecking ball with that. Speaking of hands,
the god
Taking away
hands.
the robo hand.
No more
Perhaps
god
the most
hands.
dangerous hand of them all has been taken away.
You don't want to catch these hands, that's for sure.
Oh, man. And we have the Urgot being taken away from Rubber Band Man. He can't go Urgot with Ignite in the top lane if he can't pick Urgot.
And Rek'Sai coming out against Sable, a classic he feels super comfortable on. Always makes a big impact on the early and mid game with that champion.
But you know what the human version of Rek'Sai is? J4. Basically the same thing, right?
Yep.
Hyper gank, you can dash and knock people up when you're done with your dash. It's the same champ.
I thought you were
It's
going to say
essentially
my
the
love
same
life.
thing, so they're going to secure that for Sable.
Yeah, taking the big armored version of Rek'Sai.
Yep.
Sable.
Definitely has but scales better into the late game with a better team fight than Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai definitely not having a whole lot of impact when you go to the classic 50-minute Infernal game.
And then
let's go!
Action
Let's
in the bot
go!
lane, we got
Ocean
the Thresh
fans
for Worthy
rejoice.
Dust.
The boy gets to play his Thresh.
After many, many games of having Thresh banned against him, it seems that Infernal has been too scared away by other things, and they're going to let Worthy Dust take his legendary Thresh into this game one.
and Jmu getting the Tristana on top of that. We're gonna see a hook jump stomp on Satan Devil over there. That's a playmaking bot lane.
Oh,
Oh, and the Vayne
baby!
coming out from Rovian.
Taking a note out of Darth Head's book, picking up the Vayne, trying to make some moves.
They're inspired
Yeah,
by that
absolutely.
game.
Dude, I love Vayne on Rovian because it just plays the Rovian style, right? Because he's just going to be like sneakily up 100 CS when you don't look at him for a second, and now Vayne's going to have 3 items.
Yeah, and Mordekaiser going over for Rubber Band Man, always a really strong pick. I think he could definitely do some work on that one.
What's the best way to not get ganked by Zabel? Take your opponent to another plane where he can't gank you. It's a brilliant idea. It's big brain stuff here, boys.
Yeah, and honestly, so far what we're seeing from the bottom lanes, even actually, yeah, we see both of the full bottom lanes probably from both teams. I think our predictions of the bot lane being the one to watch is just being further vindicated by this big ban. It's gonna be big.
It's just one hook away from a party. That's all bot lane is.
That's how we like it. And what do we expect to see coming from Phoenix here? I mean, Phoenix probably has a smaller champ pool than Shu here. I mean, Galio
Not
is
Nico.
up, and he has been feeling very comfortable on that. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit of the big chicken.
I think he flexes on Shu and picks Yasuo here. You got the AP top.
Bold prediction.
Why
It's a
not?
bold strategy,
Why
Cotton.
not?
I think I've seen that before. I think I saw him go. I feel like he may have gone Lucian one game against Shu.
He trolls us a little bit with the Teemo. Gives us a set instead. That's probably going to be for Vash, a great early game jungler. I think Zabel shares some enthusiasm for that one.
Oh yeah, that's a good twofer. One ban, one pick, one sick pick. Are we really gonna see a Mundo? No way we see a Mundo. That'd be.
I mean, it's good into the Mordekaiser.
They're really
Are
playing
you
with
gonna
our
say
hearts
big
here.
tree? Okay.
Nope. Big
So
tree in the
when you're
top
picking
lane.
Maokai, you're just saying there's one guy on your team I'm like extra afraid of, and I wanted the ability to point and click and sit on his face. Who do you think is the person they want to sit on their face?
Yeah, I don't know actually, because like Tristana's ability
My
to
love life.
Tristana's ability to get out is great, and she has the thresh. So I don't know. I don't know if that tree is gonna want to go downtown with that Tristana for some face sitting with thresh.
It might be to lock down the Phoenix pick.
Yeah,
Who knows?
yeah,
We'll
maybe.
see.
Yeah, I guess they just for whatever Phoenix will pick. But
You don't
Phoenix
want to
will-
sit on set because set will pick you up and toss you into your buddies and laugh at you.
Yeah, not a face to be
Hey.
sitting on.
Just like
And
high
yeah,
school.
we're gonna go with Galio.
All right, so we're seeing some good old classics. Nothing too crazy here. Draft time. Wait. Oh no, I was getting really excited. I thought we were gonna see a Maokai mid. She was playing with my heart. By the way, Bjergsen is not an inter. Maokai mid is actually just the truth.
Okay,
man.
every position
Yeah.
is the truth.
I feel like you can't take advantage of the bushes.
Who
though,
cares?
really,
You just go. You have a button that you click them and you go in.
Well,
Yeah.
it makes it hard to gank too, right? Because you just stick a little tree friend in.
Yeah,
each
you
bush.
certainly get like nice vision, and you just like if you get ganked, you just walk near a bush. You're like, come fight me. I'm over here.
Yeah, and you're a tree, and who doesn't want to be a tree? Coming from an Ivern main, let me tell you, trees are great.
Cobalt definitely wants to be a tree, and we'll see if Mordekaiser can find a way to chop down a tree with a mace. Not a good tree cutting.
But it's better
tool,
than a
but
lot of
we'll
other
see.
tree cutting tools, right?
Yeah,
Like I'd
Absolutely.
probably take a mace over a crossbow. Or
This is true.
depends on how many arrows you have.
would you take a
But they
mace
didn't
over a
pick
gun?
Vayne or
What type
What
of gun?
about
probably,
what
yeah.
about pistol?
Probably.
Are we talking
Pistol
pistol, or are
round.
we talking about Odin?
An
Pistol
Odin.
round. I'm knifing the tree.
Well, yeah, you get a nice little mace skin for your knife.
There you go.
If Minecraft has taught me anything, though, Set should actually be the best tree chopper. He just punches it.
True, and Minecraft has never lied to me.
Yeah, it's kind of like real life.
Very similar, right? It's actually a 1-to-1 comparison, I think.
Yeah, with the new lighting update at least.
So okay, let's take a look at this draft. Early game, mid game, late game. Who has each stage?
I think late. Oh man, actually, there's some good arguments for both. I mean, Tristana and Vayne are both really strong late game carries for very different reasons. I mean, Tristana's got that big range that she's going to get as she levels up, which is going to be really great for team fighting and staying safe. But then on the other end, you got Vayne, who just becomes an absolute freaking monster when she hits 2-3 items, and just gets even stronger as the game goes on. Just capable of totally 1v5ing. Like, Rubber Band Man is not going to be wanting to put Vayne into the Shadow Realm when she gets too tough.
I know you're making a big face.
I totally agree with the late game stuff. And I'm making a big face because I think I'm actually giving the early game to Ocean here. I mean, a full Galio combo will take away 3/4 of your health. Like, he's insanely busted in the early game for some reason. Mordekaiser, you can't beat 1-on-1. Set, you can't beat 1-on-1. I think early game goes to Ocean. And after that, which is why I'm still in gold, I don't know what happens after lane phase. So I can't give any opinion after that. But in the early game, I can definitely say I'm going to give it to Ocean.
Oh, I think what I am going to be looking for is Sable to put some pressure top lane against the Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser, super strong in the 1v1, not very mobile. And if Jarvan can get a good gank, I absolutely see Maokai just getting enough of an edge to keep the lane advantage.
Anytime you're
him.
able to build Spirit Visage early on Maokai, you're just like so happy. It's such a good item on him, and you don't always get to, because most times you have to prioritize like a Sunfire cape when you're just laning against dumb fucking Rivens. But when you get to play against the rare AP top, the Spirit Visage is so good.
Oh yeah, you just can't die from the passive. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and while I think a lot of the fate of this game is going to rest on how the bot lane goes, at least the Ocean bot lane is pretty safe with Tristana and Thresh. So actually, I'm going to agree with Endo here and say that I'm going to give the early game to Ocean here. I think they've got really strong lanes that can stay safe and good 1v1 potential.
How about mid game? How you guys seeing mid game play out?
I say mid game actually probably goes a little bit more towards Infernal. I think like once Malzahar gets like 1 or 2 items, or like just like that 1 item spike and maybe Vayne on like 2 items, if you consider that like mid game, I think Vayne on 2 items is actually pretty strong. And you're still waiting on that Tristana scaling to come online. And they do have a lot of really good and consistent ways to kind of force fights between Malzahar, J4, and Maokai, even Nautilus for that matter. I just think the team fight from Infernal is really easy to pull off.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Shu time and time again pull off those flash Malzahar ults just to start a fight because he's so good at spotting the right time. So there's so many tools for Infernal to start using to start fights once the laning phase ends. So yeah, I'm gonna agree with you there. But then again, Galio and Thresh actually really effective at disengaging and keeping people safe. So there's a lot of potential, I think, for both teams.
But as Soul, I'm gonna say his name's Soul in chat. Does say water beats fire, so yeah, you can't argue with that logic. I mean, so Ocean, I think, just wins all 3 phases.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could just call the game now. That's just critical hits. Super effective.
Hell yeah! And we're getting onto the rift, and it's real dark.
It's
a little dark for now.
By the way, did you guys notice I shaved both my beard and my head today?
Yeah.
I look like, when you create a new character in a video game and they don't have any like features yet, haven't given them hair or like distinguishing marks. I look like the default character.
Hell yeah.
It's the great default to start from.
I gotta put on like glasses or something, make my face more interesting.
All right. Well, hopefully we got as interesting a game as
Baby
as can be. Oh yeah, Baby Endo.
You know it, Timmy.
I don't expect to see anything really crazy. They're all just lining up. They're ready for it.
Yeah, I look like Tyler One. You got it, Sasha.
Yeah.
Because of the muscles, right? Obviously. Or maybe just because we're both short.
So one thing we haven't talked about is just some of the storylines here, right? Like, historically speaking, Shu has he's one of the Ocean boys. He's an Ocean boy at heart. Season 2 Ocean. Longtime friend of Jmu, Phoenix, Bash, that whole crew. But this season, taking Cobalt away from them, breaking up the old Team Ocean, rejoining Infernal, it just looked like Ocean didn't have a super strong team to start with. And I think everyone shut the fuck up after 3 weeks And Ocean was just stomping nerds and looking so good while doing it. I think Phoenix is probably having one of his best seasons yet. But this is just a super stacked game with a ton of veterans. And the boy Worthy Dust and Rubber Band Man, who've just been really good rookies.
Yeah, I think Ocean definitely stands out as one of the most surprising teams so far in this season. Like their ability to, I think they surprised everyone by just how well they're able to stand up to some of these top teams. And if they can stand up to Infernal, even taking away like a 1-1, it would send a message, I think, to all the other teams that Ocean is a top playoffs contender.
Yeah, I know both these teams have been working really hard this week. I don't think either of them wants to lose. There's a lot of pride on the line. Also, I really like this Galio skin. It's definitely like a flex, going for the Infernal Galio. The man has a million other skins.
Yeah,
I know it.
He's all business, you know. No chicken this time. No birdio.
You know, I gotta say though, I do prefer that skin over pretty much every skin in the game. That Birdio skin is just delightful.
It is amazing.
It really makes the champion.
Oh, Vash is going top lane, and there does seem to be a fight starting already. Rubber Man got a little bit of damage, but Cobalt is trying to get away. He flashes Vash the Stampede's face breaker, getting himself to safety.
And that was a great flash too, because if he didn't do that, that might have been it, because there's gonna be a lot of set damage coming his way as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, great heads up play, because honestly,
in the mid lane.
Oh, actually, we got something going in the mid lane.
Yeah, Phoenix just taking a ton of damage here. Sable with a great gank. He's not going to fall. The Vash is here for the flash engage. He's going to go in. He's trying to finish him off. Haymaker flashing away. Sable gets away with just barely a sliver of health. We got ourselves a banger on our hands.
Wow. Yep.
Yo, Ocean coming in hot and heavy. I love that aggressive flash. Just blows it away from Jarvan. It's going to make Sable a lot less of a threat. Oh, and in bot lane, another fight. These guys, they're going at it.
Yeah, we've got 3 flashes down already. We got Cobalt, Sable, and Vash the Stampede. All flashes burnt in just these first few minutes of the game.
I like that. When you're just like going in, you're just flashing. I don't want a person to start the game of laning phase with a flash. So the fact that they're burning him before 4 minutes is good enough for me.
If your flash isn't on cooldown, you're playing the game wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Vash clearly embraces this because he actually took Hex Flash. So he knows he plans on flashing a whole shit ton.
Something to note is that Shu went Unsealed Spellbook on the Malzahar. Kind of funky. I like it. I think that rune is omega rigged if you actually just like have a brain and hands. And I think that Shu has both of those. And they work really well. We've seen it before.
Yeah, and it makes a lot of sense, right? Like a Malzahar doesn't desperately need a rune, or whatever it's called, right? He can go with pretty much anything and still function the same, except for maybe press the attack.
Yeah, it's
so,
true.
So giving him the Unsealed Spellbook, definitely.
Yeah.
And Rovian doing what Rovian does best, which is farming very well. Doesn't need to apply a ton of pressure in this lane, just needs to survive, and farming quite well against the Tristana. But we're seeing Dragon Beam started up by Ocean, and it looks like there's going to be no contest for this.
No,
yeah, it's so early. I just don't think they're expecting it.
Air Drake on Galio's great too. You want that ult up as often as possible so you can make the big plays. And they're able to secure it. Basta Stampede just strutting away from the dragon, doing a good job.
Yeah, really good job by Infernal there. Or, by Ocean there. Just making it happen.
Yeah, smart. Shove the wave in, which is easy to do with Tristana, and make the rotation.
Yep, and then kind of just resume farming.
Back to business as usual, but now you've got some ult reduction.
You'll love to see it.
Which is going to come into a lot of play now that they're both level 4. I can't wait to see the Air Drake just really utilize when they hit level 5.
All these lanes are farming pretty evenly.
No, nothing you guys are cool with that call?
Wait, there's something about Enda's voice that just makes my brain turn off.
Dude, it's non-stop. I make all these calls in Valorant and no one ever fucking listens to me.
Oh, Vash? Hex flashes at middle lane just to get in there and say hi at a close range, but doesn't do much else.
And it looks like Rubber Band Man is level 6, so that means you can literally never gank top again. It's over. You had 5 minutes to do it. You missed your shot.
Yeah, you'll never get a 1v1 up there, that's for sure. Oh, Vash is going to try to get up here and contest this pink ward on Cobalt. I don't think he's really going to make it happen.
He's getting a lot of presents. It's Christmas for him. And we also have the Rubber Band Man. If he wants to use it, he goes ahead and uses it. So now he's stuck on the turret. Is he going to be brave enough to fight a Maokai in the turret?
Hell yeah, brother!
Oh, and he comes out, flashes the flag and drag, but Shu's coming in with that flash that we talked about earlier, and goodbye, Mr. Punchy Man.
Mr. Punchy Man dead. Rubber Band Man still alive.
Yeah, Void Guy's stronger now. Void Guy rich.
Void Guy backstopped. Tree Man.
Oh, and in the bot lane, Anchorman goes ahead and hits the Lantern guy, but we're going to have Cannon Girl shoot off. Vampire Hunter's going to poke down the Lantern guy, but no kills ended up happening.
These are the efforts we go to try to make the stream more accessible for everybody.
My girlfriend said that she would watch more League if the names made more sense, so we're going to try something new with Skin. Sandbox saying game's now relatable. Yep. She can understand it.
Yep, that's perfect. This is good. So Penguin fires on turret. Hookman goes wide.
Penguin sits on turret's face, does damage.
Clearly, as penguins do. But this early game, I guess already, just like now that we're talking about the farm and the lane's going pretty even, Shu's running away with a lead. It's happening, whether you like to see it or not.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing too is he has that CS lead even with ganking top and securing the first blood.
Yeah, it's
Where does
rough.
the man find the time? There's only so many minutes in the game, and yet he's able to stay ahead on both fronts.
Yeah, you would really hope if you're going to be the one doing the roaming, or if your lane opponent is going to do the roaming, you're at least going to have the CS advantage or the turret damage advantage, but Phoenix is having no such luck here in the mid lane so far.
I mean, at least at the end of the day, you're playing Galio. You still have some impact, even if you may not be stomping your lane. It's to be expected. If Shu was falling down behind Phoenix, I guess we'd be saying that Shu is washed. He's clearly not washed yet.
He is definitely not washed. Yeah, I mean, I think you're right that's why we can see Galio succeed so much in the support role as well, is because so much of the value and the utility he provides is through his abilities and not necessarily just his damage that would scale with items. So it's definitely he'll definitely still be a factor. He's still gonna slam down on people's heads.
Yeah, Taunt's great with the aftershock. He's gonna find something to do for sure. And it looks like they're setting up Vision as the dragon is coming up time for it to spawn. What dragon actually is
this? Would be an ocean dragon, I think.
I have a mountain on my screen.
Yeah, it is a mountain.
You know?
Yep, that's a mountain. Oh, Hook goes down onto Spence Champ, who gets caught in that tri-bush, flashes out to dodge Vash's face puncher, but he hits the Hook, trying to get him to safety. Tristana jumps in on him, gets the Nautilus put onto him, and now it's all just chaos with Phoenix showing up with the ult. Everybody's getting rooted up. Sable landed onto Vash Stampede, who's stuck in the middle of everyone, gets his shield down. He has to flash away right into Shu. Everybody's stuck in the arena. One member of each team is down, and it is a party down here as Ocean continues to fall. The teleport comes in late and gets instantly ulted
That's
by
my son!
Rubber Man Man!
Oh no! Disaster strikes for Ocean. Pour some out for the Ocean boys, because that was a lot. Already a 3K deficit at 10 minutes.
He was looking to make the hero play there. Either that, or his teammates was pinging his teleport for not joining them, and he's just like, all right, fine, I'm going to teleport now. We'll see what you have to say about that.
It's too bad. I think the Ocean really wanted to kind of just keep things a little neutral and keep getting this dragon advantage, but that is not the case anymore.
No. There was, I mean, they went a little forced, a little heavy-handed with that fight in the bot lane, chasing them down to almost a second-tier turret to try and secure a kill. And I mean, Infernal's good enough that they're going to punish you for it. You can't be heavy-handed with Infernal.
What kind of hand would you prefer?
I'd say a subtle, a delicate cupping works well with Infernal. You know.
Well, that is certainly not the kind of hand that Vash the Stampede's got on his set. He likes to punch people in the face.
Yeah, if he just opened up his fist, he would find he'd make more friends. But you know, he's stuck in
good
his
life
ways.
advice for set. Well, still some silver lining here is that Jmu is going to be getting some plates down in the bot lane in addition to that kill he's already got. So he's going to have a little bit of gold there to spend. He's going to start feeling a little strong soon.
Feeling a little jacked, flexing.
Yeah. And then the nice difference between Vayne and Tristana with like carry potential is Vayne has to be up in your face to deal damage, where Tristana's range just gets a little nutty. So even if her team
the hook lands on the bottom lane, Rovian actually gets out, dodges most of the follow-up CC. Vash takes the lantern to get out and kind of just throws a haymaker just for fun. Everybody's safe. Somehow Rovian pretty much takes no damage after getting hooked like that.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how he got away, but he did blow heal throughout that and popped his ult. So there's a
I don't know if
bit
the
of a
box
trace
came
there.
down late or something, because I don't think he ever got hit by the box.
No,
Yeah,
Or maybe he was just too far.
Tuck and roll.
Yeah.
as they call it.
The old tuck and roll.
But Vash is here. He just wants this. Honestly, he could probably just drop Herald and they get it. If he just like looks real menacing and he stares at them the wrong way, especially with that Herald there, I think they just have this tier 2 or tier 1 with the 2 plates.
Yeah, it'd be a great opportunity to get those plates, before the time runs out.
We actually have some bad news for Ocean in the top lane. Rubber Band Man is no longer winning trades against Cobalt. The tree has become unkillable.
Yeah, this is the mid game happening.
Whoa! TP coming down immediately from Shu to that bottom lane. They're saying no way to that.
Hey, they still got it.
They still got it,
But
though.
they still got it.
See, that was more of a subtle comfort of a Rifty launch. Don't dive the tower. Don't go for a kill. And Infernal costs them a teleport, even though he has unsealed spellbook.
Subtle
at the end of the
cupping.
world.
Whoever thought that that'd be the way to break Infernal?
Listen, it's just I have the answers, but no one ever listens to my calls.
Get this man on a team right away. Teleport being
go.
dropped mid by Phoenix. He wants to show up for the minions, for the people.
Yeah, trying to keep that CS lead that Shu has as low as possible, even though he's already 133 CS at 14 minutes.
Yeah, jeez.
Oh, Spence Champ is coming
just
here
ults him
too.
immediately. They get rooted up by Spence Champ, but he's a healthy boy. He's not even at half health yet, but he is gonna flash away.
Thick. Those thighs, that thick thigh man.
You know what's crazy about that too? He didn't even buy magic resist yet. All he has is a proto belt.
Yeah, he is offensively built, and yet he survives that with not too much of a problem. I mean, he did flash just to be safe,
That's usually the sign of good game design
which is probably the right call.
and very well balanced champions.
Yeah, build defensively, be tanky. That's what we like. It's almost like the opposite of Maokai, where you build tanky and you do damage.
Yeah.
Good game design.
Isaac Lee is attributing it to the aftershock. He's probably wrong. I don't think there's a way that that's possible.
That
No.
makes too much sense.
No,
Like, probably
absolutely not.
Him and his right
How
answers.
dare you?
How dare you?
The tenacity.
Paying attention to masteries people are taking.
The tenacity of this man.
Oh, we got the rotation by Jamie to the top lane. He's gonna try and get that that gold lead. Is it? Yeah, he's got first.
Oh,
He might have
touch
gold
the
lead.
tree.
Oh, there's
Hook
a
goes
hook
down.
on the tree. Oh, and the root saves him. He does have to flash away though, which means Tristana's gonna be able to do a lot of pressure on the top lane unless someone else rotates. They will be trading the Ocean Drake for the top.
I think that's a fair trade. I take that.
Yeah. Yeah, especially when you're behind in gold at this point. Honestly, taking something that's gonna more immediately help you get back in the game It's definitely not the worst thing you could do.
But this mid lane, Shu has just been pushing in relentlessly here. Tower's already down to about a third HP. Oh, my game freezes.
We're still here,
Okay.
don't worry.
Here, baby, I'll take over the color commentary here. Now, when you're looking at the Maokai and picking a Christmas tree skin in May, how are we feeling about this choice here? Is this going to
during quarantine, I think everything goes. If you want to have Christmas now, go for it. But we have action here in the mid lane. Galio getting suppressed under tower game.
Oh, Malzahar ult.
Oh no, and it was a brilliant Hex Tech flash by Set. I love the gumption of it, but again, too heavy of a hand.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a really strong catch for Team Ocean, but she's able to flash out of there, and then Ocean kind of just overcommits a bit, and Phoenix gets himself ulted under tower.
Like by the pixel too. He was under tower by a pixel, and she was able to turn around and get a couple more turret shots on him with his ult. Oh, they're gonna try again. It doesn't work the first time. You just keep it going.
Everyone
baby.
sit on him. Sit on his
jump
face.
On by Tristana.
There it is.
860 and 50 gold going over to Jmu.
Oh my God.
Moo, baby. That's 5, 4, 3, 2. He's a 1, bitch. He's looking good now.
Shout out to Todrick.
Todrick Hole, my boy.
Well, it looks
play,
like
he slays.
The fate of Ocean rests on Jmu's shoulders. His tiny shoulders so low to the ground. That is where Ocean is going to be putting all their weight.
Really QSS too. Pain the Malzahar attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's smart because I mean, Shu knows who he has to ult, right? It's not like he's going to make a mistake like that. So immediately getting that QSS is worth its weight in gold. Almost like Bitcoin.
Shout out to the happening.
I'm telling you guys, the happening is happening. And they're going to go ahead and pressure mid lane. Oh, she's looking really strong. Even though he's low kill. Hook gets the tank under, but with Aftershock, he's going to go ahead and stay alive. And they're going to go back and forth. Spence Champ is just taking all the damage and just barely stays alive by a sliver of health. Jmu's so frustrated right now. He's pinging at someone for not auto-attacking with him. I know it. I know that ping's coming.
Missing.
One auto-attack away from death. And they're able to save the turret. Good job by Infernal. It looks like it was a Nautilus, Vayne, and Jarvan ult throughout that entire mess.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a sloppy team fight, especially when you throw the Rift into the mix. Shu putting out a ton of damage in that fight, though. Same with Rovian. Rovian went pretty much untouched, just kind of free-firing there.
Yeah, if they got the hook on literally any other champion, maybe besides Maokai,
Yeah.
that would have been a kill for sure. But a Nautilus with Aftershock after popping his ult.
Yeah, Maokai hasn't really entered. Maokai hasn't really
from,
entered these team fights yet. He's kind of just been chilling off, doing his own thing, living his own life.
He's just being the best that he can be as a tree.
He's just like a preteen.
Preteen.
I totally forgot about that rant that went on earlier. Good call. Yeah, we're gonna just see a little back and forth, see who can push harder, a Malzahar or a Fetch or Stun.
Malzahar.
Yeah, Malzahar all day.
Yeah, I mean he's pretty fed himself, so.
Yep, 3-1-3.
All right, well
Nope.
that wasn't even a question.
Yeah, Shu rocking some pretty gorgeous CS. I only get that kind of CS if they're AFK.
That's a number you like to see. 198 at 20 minutes. That's pretty solid.
Quite nice.
Yeah, it's pretty primo there.
So how are we feeling about this early game? It's looking pretty close. It's looking pretty damn close.
It's actually insanely close right now. Especially
Yeah, I mean, I think
most of these games tend to go.
the gold is more spread out for Team Infernal would be the biggest difference here. Whereas again, Jmu's sitting on a lot of those items and a lot of that gold for Team Ocean.
Which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing though, right? At least the gold's on the right person. It's not like all the gold sitting on a Thresh or something.
Which means he's got to be careful though that he doesn't get caught like that almost was. That was very close.
Sable tried saying hello, and Tristana said, "Sorry, I have a boyfriend."
Yeah, and it looks like, I don't know, across the board, Infernal is pretty much just like out leveling Ocean though. I mean, it's pretty insane. I mean, Shu is 2 levels up on Phoenix. Sable's up a level. I guess Worthy Dust is up 1. But they're going to trade that dragon for tower, get that priority, kind of break that one open.
Yeah, it looks like Infernal might try and answer, though, seeing that all of Ocean had backed. But they didn't back. They just taking the scenic route back to mid.
Yeah, we're A-ramming.
We're A-ramming, boys. Except Maokai's going to do his thing in the bot lane, and Galio's going to go up to the top, it looks like. And all this chaos, too, we have actually Sable doing an incredible job of still farming all his camps and getting up 40 CS above fastest in the pool. It's probably why these guys make such a good combo, Sable and Shu. They're able to be so impactful while having a major CS lead every game.
I feel like if there's ever to be like a drinking game made out of the Rekt League, anytime someone mentions the Sable Shu duo, drink. Anytime anyone mentions Shu's CS numbers, drink. Yeah, it's all just like super consistent. They do so well all the time. We meme about it. Yeah, it's so true. They do a very good job working together, and it definitely shows.
Yeah, and with the 2 Ocean drinks too, it just gives them a lot of sustainability to stay in lane, get that level. I'm not talking about CS, I'm talking about level and XP difference, right? So don't drink. You don't have to drink at home.
You can if you want.
I mean, Sandbox, I know you're going to drink regardless. It's fine.
Doesn't matter if it's your home, if it's your workplace. Somebody else's home. She'll drink there.
Somebody else's workplace.
Definitely. Especially someone else's workplace.
I mean, what are they going to do? Fire you? You might as well.
But some very sober moves being made by these teams. Very cool, calm, and calculated. No drinks here, it looks like. Not yet.
Yeah.
And speaking of that level advantage you guys were talking about, Shu is continuing to impress me with the fact that he is a level 15 freaking monster, with Phoenix being level 12 against him, and the highest member of Ocean being 13.
That poor
That's
Phoenix.
crazy. That's just
What
madness.
is Phoenix? I just feel like Phoenix is just getting shafted. Bash is just chilling in this mid lane. Bash doesn't give a hoot about these camps. I guess his camps are even
not one hoot.
Any hoot.
No one has ever accused Vash about being an owl because he doesn't give a hoot.
Oh, this is great. You guys are lovely.
Just got nothing after that. Huh?
I'll admit.
Yeah, it's what most conversations I go into kind of end like that. Just a slow little fizzle and
This is fun. We should do this again sometime.
This is great.
Say that. Quicksilver Sash is gonna start drinking from that joke. Oh my gosh! And Rubber Band Man's trying to apply pressure to this tree in the bot lane, but just
not yet. Yeah, give it like two more items, and Rubber Band Man's got this.
Oh, absolutely. I believe in the Rubber Band Man. Nice, big attempt by Worthy Dust with the hook. It was a zoning hook. He didn't want them to come into the river. That's why he had swung it a little bit to the right. Smart, big heads up play by Worthy Dust.
So this game state has not really changed much. This has been just like, anytime there's a dragon up, some team will take the dragon, then they go resume this like dance for farm around mid lane, and like maybe considering a side lane, maybe.
Yeah, it's not the cleanest stance either, because like you said, those side lanes, some of them, especially top lane right now, kind of just being ignored.
Yeah, that is actually a good point. There's a lot of gold being missed out, and that's why you see those gold and XP differences, right? If you ever have a big wave ever crash into your tower, it's a missed opportunity.
Yep, camps up, waves unattended, too many people in one spot. That's why you see a little bit with these XP differences for Ocean versus Infernal. But keeping the gold pretty close overall.
With that line of thinking, since we have a little downtime, I could tell you guys a Ziggy stories real quick. Nice. So I was learned online and YouTube with all my tutorials about don't let a big wave crash into your tower because you lose a lot of gold. Me being a jungler sees a big wave crashing into our bot lane, and I go down there. And Ziggy says, "Don't go down there. You're a jungler." I went down there, and then they stole Baron. Oh, but sorry, I'll wait because there is a big hook by Worthy Dust in there. Zabel just ults him, puts him in the arena, and flashes out. We have Rubber Band Man trying to lock down Zabel and ult someone else, but isn't able to sustain it. Shu just flashes in and ults the wrong person. We have Set punching people. The Gallia goes down. Hooks everywhere. We finally have Mordekaiser drop down, and Nahus hooks him and says, "I'm the man of the house. You can touch the thermostat when you pay the bills." And they're going to secure the dragon after that major fight for a 3-4.
Oh, man. That thermostat was heavily touched by Infernal, cranking up the heat all the way up. Man, what a fight. Yeah.
So something that was actually really impressive from Shu there is that he didn't pick the target that they were trying to focus, but he actually did ult Phoenix while Phoenix was trying to ult, which meant that the Galio slam never happened.
Wow.
So that may have actually been Galaxy Raw.
That is a great call out, Sean, because to be honest, I saw not Tristana being ulted, and I was like, well, he made a mistake. But you're absolutely right. To prevent that huge AoE knockup could be the turning point of that fight.
Yeah, especially if everyone on Ocean kind of expects that everyone is about to get knocked up and they play around it, and then it just doesn't happen, and now they're in a really freaking awkward position. That can be pretty huge.
Yeah.
Very,
and right now,
done.
Ocean Soul for Infernal, Baron for Infernal. What else can Infernal take aside from the game? Huh?
My heart
Self-esteem?
and mind.
Their honor.
Their honor. Yeah, great swing. I mean, like we were saying, it had slowed down a lot, and just one hook, which is actually initiated by Ocean, turned the game completely around.
Oh, trying to make a fight. Set comes in with a big slam, taking down Rovian into the back line, but he's still at full health. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
and the Team Ocean is dropping like flies as Infernal makes their counterattack. Dropping Jmu, dropping everybody. CLG Worthy Dust is the only one to get out of that fight. And what looked like an awesome play from Mash just turns into a disaster.
Oh man, why do they even bother showing the health bars? They obviously don't even matter for Infernal. They don't even go down.
That was huge, too. That was completely under turret. I mean, that turret was shooting like it was a high school, and they didn't even care. They didn't take any damage. It's too big.
And with that, game one, Infernal versus Ocean. Gonna go over to the fiery boys. That's some shit. That was super well played from Infernal. Definitely kind of knew their strengths. As we were talking about, their side wave management was just kind of better. They went out on a few team fights. I think that Ocean definitely made some good plays. Definitely prioritizing putting all the gold onto Jmu. But yeah, Tristana was not able to do anything in that last fight. Just was totally zoned out. Rovian was able to pop off. Everyone was popping off. The 0-0 and 11 Maokai, you'll love to see that.
There were so many fights that started with Ocean catching Rovian on Vayne, putting him into a horrible place, and then he would just slip away like nothing happened. He would walk away with 90% HP, and then it just turned the whole thing around.
It's incredibly frustrating. Like, you did the right thing. It just didn't pay off.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it just comes down to communication, making sure that the follow-up is there. Like, you get the setup, but if you don't have people actually doing damage or continuing to lock down with CC, it just doesn't matter. And then you make Rovian look like a god.
All right, so with that, we're going to throw it to a quick break, and we'll be back with some more Game 2 of Ocean versus Infernal. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and we got so many boys with button downs. We got Endo with the button down. We got Goolin with the button down, and we got me, myself, Brian the Broken, with yet another button down. Let's talk about this game one. It looked close, and then it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best way to sum it up, right? It looked close, and then it wasn't. And then the game was over. It was like 25 minutes of just back and forth, ARAM in the mid lane, and then, oops, I hooked someone.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that it looked like it was probably favoring Infernal reasonably for a decent bit of it, with Ocean kind of having like a glimmer of hope for a lot of it. And then that glimmer of hope just kind of slowly got snuffed out by Malzahar Voidlings and Nautilus hooks and other horrible things.
Do you feel like there's
Yeah, and that's a top 5 play to me, by the way. The Shu flashing in and stopping the Galio ult. Awesome call with that.
I mean, it's pretty good stuff. Do you think there's anything in the draft that Ocean needs to change, or do you think they just need to play better?
I think no. I think the team actually both the team compositions looked good. It was literally just, I mean, the game was even until that one bad fight. Maybe going with more of a subtle hand.
Can you show us what the subtle hand might look like?
It's more of a cupping, like a. Come here. I'm gonna hold you like an egg.
With
like
two hands. Two hands or one hand?
A really big egg.
This is like an ostrich egg. You're holding an ostrich egg, and you don't want to break it. You're not trying to make an omelet. You're trying to see it grow into a victory.
All right.
You heard that here first, ladies and gentlemen. Grow your ostrich eggs into
victory eggs. Victory eggs are the best kind of eggs.
Victory eggs.
Try and prioritize those on your Rekt League Sundays. But yeah, I mean, I think I agree. I think that there were some really good plays. I really like the prioritization of like Rift Heralds, and also they contested dragons pretty well on Ocean. Vash had a pretty successful early game, burning a few flashes early. Didn't really manage to get any like big kills and kind of snowball a lead from there. But it was hard because it felt like he did the right thing and he was in the right places, but neither top nor mid was able to really snowball with any of the impact that Vash gave. They weren't able to capitalize on the burned flashes. They weren't able to kind of like grow the CS lead. It just kind of like remained even. But that's just kind of what happens because Infernal just has such incredibly strong laners that like early game just, even if you're not like, if you're making the right moves and Infernal isn't even doing a whole lot, they're still usually going to probably be up in gold.
Yeah, I mean, like this is kind of like an age-old advice I would give to any Rekt League team, but I am personally in favor of just like picking things that win lanes and have really strong early games in something like the Rekt League, just because the games tend to end earlier. I know that Infernal likes to kind of drag things to the later game, but if you can just like get decisive victories early on, I think that's huge.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I was getting distracted by Twitch chat. We got ourselves full on brawl. But yeah, no. Yeah, it's we don't condone people having racially slurred names. Enough said. I think that's just kind of human 101. Don't be a douchebag in that sense. And yep, yeah, don't do that. We're all humans just trying to live our best life. Cool. So, carrying on. Bans! We got bans. Nothing's really changing here. We got a cat. We got the Hand of God being taken away. Urgot and Vlad, Rek'Sai, and Morgana.
Yeah, and like we had mentioned before too, it's not really. I don't think it was the problem with the bans. I think it was all great plays or great ideas there. Getting rid of the God Hand, which is a shame. I kind of want to see see what he can do with the Blitz.
Yeah, and we have the Leona here. I like the Leona. I think Leona, I mean, Worthy Dust has had a really good Leona in the past. I think he whipped out against Air and just made himself known. But yeah, it just kind of like is always good. You're tanky. You got some like good engage that's non-committal once you get access to the Solar Flare. You have so much lockdown. But now we got the Malzahar. We're back here again, once again.
And not the Katarina, surely.
We would
Surely
love
not
to
the
see it.
Katarina or the Zed.
Katarina
Stop
Jungle.
it. Stop it, Sable. Stop it.
Let me tell you something about Katarina Jungle. It's really bad. So I'm glad he went with J4.
Yep, this is looking very similar. I feel like I'm having a little bit of deja vu so far. Maybe Infernal will grace us with some spicy picks somewhere in the draft.
I'm loving the first pick Leona, honestly. Like, to me, that says that Ocean is kind of recognizing that they need to push the pace on Infernal and, like I said, kind of just smash the fuck out of that early game, pick the fights that they want, which is why they're also going to take Ashe. So, I mean, they got the queens of picking fights right there from the bottom lane.
I like this. You just get to be decisive. I think that Jmu does really well when he gets to kind of pick the fights he wants. He's like insane on the Kalista. He's really good on the Ashe too. They're picking up the busted Ornn. This is looking good for Ocean fans.
Oh, yeah. I love it. Now that, I think if we see some strong team fight damage coming out from...
Pick me a Nico. I want to see a
Phoenix,
Nico. I want to see the famous...
Yeah, they banned it last time.
I want to see the famous Cobalt, or not Cobalt, Phoenix
through.
Nico.
We'd all love to see it. They did not pick it in the first half, which means it's very possible that Infernal is going to ban it away. But they're going to pick Nasus, which, again, is actually going to see some big problems in the solo lane. Nasus certainly has had a terrifying impact, and I don't know if... well, they've already picked the top lane, so no Cassiopeia coming out to counter that.
Yep, it's going to be Ornn into Nasus. Like, Nasus is just so strong on Infernal. Just the way that you have to play against Infernal. Like, if you don't camp Shu or pressure Shu, he's going to run away with a lead. Same with Rovian, which just like makes it so hard for a jungler. Do you camp top lane and try and shut down this Nasus? Do you camp mid lane and just like try and shut down Shu? Do you try and camp bot lane and try and shut down Rovian? There's too many things you gotta shut down. And yeah, it just kind of proposes a new scaling threat that emerges.
Olaf, man. Does Vash play a lot of
Olaf's big.
I don't know. That's interesting.
Really, the Broloff in action. That's I like it. That's a good ban too, right? Because it stops the Wither Nasus. Olaf stops the Wither from Nasus. It stops the Malzahar Holt. Smart ban. And also Vash is quite aggressive, and there's nothing much more aggressive than Olaf in the early game.
Yeah, they're betting away the Ezreal, which I think is kind of their attempt to probably take away some of the safer AD carries. They wanna make something happen at this bot lane. They're taking away the safe picks, and they want to say, you're gonna have to fight us, because we're gonna pick a fight with you, and you're not gonna get away.
Oh, hell yeah.
And they pick Vayne again anyway.
The Vayne.
Rovian's probably feeling a little bit invincible from that last game. So,
and I was trying to say too how Vayne's hard because you have to be in their faces. Apparently it doesn't matter with Rovian because they got him in a really bad place and he was able to survive and deal damage.
Yeah, now let's see if he can if his luck stands up against an Ashe Leona in the bottom lane. That'll definitely be interesting.
The Echo! Oh. The Echo!
This is an Echo jungle, right?
It has to be.
I think so. I think that's an Echo jungle, yeah.
You do not want to go Echo mid against Malzahar. That is not a fun time. No, that's just gotta be.
Oh,
just gotta be.
I dig
Corki. All right, nice.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I think that works really well. They already have a very solid tank line. Just kind of adds more DPS, and also Corki just can play pretty safely in lane. Has good priority. Also has a really good matchup into Malzahar. Just able to poke off the magic shield pretty easily. Has good wave clear early. I think.
And also how I think if they're really going to take advantage of that Corki, I hope to see them bring that package down to the bot lane. Because again, it's like they've already got such strong engage power with Leona and Ashe that bringing in a Corki package too, I mean, they can just get that bottom lane fed and just smash and control the bottom side of the map.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What are your thoughts on the package, Endo? Tell us about the package.
My package is not nearly big enough to talk about, so I was actually looking more at the Echo jungle here. As much as I love Echo, I don't think this was the play. I hope Vash proves me wrong, but I don't know what Echo's going to do in this into this competition.
It's a
Composition.
competition too.
You're not gonna do any damage to Nasus, and he's just gonna outright kill you. It's gonna be hard to get past Nautilus, and even if you do E onto the Vayne, because Echo only has one way to start a fight, and that's Eing in. She's just going to push you back, and now you can't touch the Vayne. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be tough for Vash. If he can maybe teach me a thing or two, I'm all ears, baby. But I don't think this is a good composition for
I
an
mean,
Echo
the
jungle.
way I see this working is if they can camp mid. Mid is the target you want to be camping with this Echo. If they can burn the magic shield on Malzahar is pretty immobile, right? Like he's not going anywhere,
Mm-hmm.
and just throwing that big AOE slow field and maybe getting the stun, that's usually a dead Malzahar at that point. Granted, Shoes I don't know, got some kind of like he's insane. The dude's insane, so he knows what's up. This isn't his first time around, but yeah, I mean, it's one of those crazy picks. If it gets ahead, it can just steamroll a game. So,
True.
got to
True.
make some
True.
kind of
True.
adjustment. I like to see it better than maybe playing another third tank because I just don't think that would have really. I don't think they would have had enough damage in the composition otherwise.
Yeah, and I think that might have been the thought process behind picking Echo, is that they felt confident that they had enough engage from, which is usually what you see from the jungle, and they felt like they had a lot of that in other places, and they just wanted some damage. Now, are there better options than Echo for damage? Yeah, maybe, and Olaf probably would have been a good one. So good ban from Infernal there, but yeah, I think hopefully in the early game we'll see Echo dishing it out. If you can get ahead, just smashing some people, staying alive. We'll see.
Yeah, and now that you mentioned the Malzahar camp, I think that might be the route for success. It's just in my mind, I think never even try bothering ganking Shu. But what do I know?
You're just a boy.
Not much. I only know how to lane, and I'm a jungler, so that
Just a
shows how
starter
successful
character.
I am. Or just to start it. Well, no, I'm level 2 now. That's why I have the shirt.
Oh
I had
yeah, that's true.
a plain gray shirt because I was level 1, but that last cast just gave me enough XP.
Boys level
Hell
2 now.
yeah.
So what do you guys think are who has the better team fight here? I think it's obvious, but I want to hear your opinions.
I
Well, now you put the
I
pressure
mean,
on.
I just
I
don't
don't want
think
to be
that
wrong.
like Infernal. I don't think is really playing for the traditional team fight, right? They're looking for a 1-4.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I
like,
agree.
if you're just looking at a 5-on-5
Yeah.
team fight, then it's definitely going over to Ocean or in Leona. Like that's just enough setup right there to just win you a team fight if you can catch out the right targets. Um, However, I think if played properly, Infernal, there's who is going to match this Nasus in the side lane.
Yeah, I think so. So the biggest problem I see for Ocean is what you just said. Who Nobody's gonna match this Nasus. I have no idea. Even if things go well, nobody's gonna be able to match this Nasus. However, their opportunity, it really relies on their ability to pick fights as a team and communicate effectively, because they absolutely have the power to be picking fights and starting crazy long fights while Nasus is not there and just outpacing them. Like don't like sure Nasus is going to take your top tower, but we just picked a crazy fight into mid lane and now we're going to take your inhibitor. Like they need to just pull the goddamn trigger, because if they sit on this Leonel and this Ashel and they can't make it work and make it work quickly, yeah, I agree. It's Infernal's game, 100%.
Well,
How would you if you're Ocean? Who would you send to answer the NASA split if you can't pull the trigger? What champion on your side do you think is the right answer?
Yeah.
I mean, I
mean,
think that Ornn can do a
Yeah.
pretty okay job for the first like 25 minutes,
yeah.
and then
But even then, yeah, I mean, Ornn. I think Ornn is your only option, and then like just there's gonna be a point where you have no option. Like there, I don't even. Yeah, they have nothing to
so a
match up.
sense of inevitability that kind of comes with all these Infernal games. If you get to the late game, the pain is going to come. And now they just gave it
Yeah.
in the literal sense of a Nasus. Rekt Pickle Popper, thanks for the 3 cents. We love it. That's like, just make it rain. Honestly, one more button if we get one more penny. It's hard times.
We'll take it, baby. Those Kappa faces
Yeah.
just made my day.
I'm at like
Thank you,
a
Pickle
half
Popper.
chub at this point.
Pickle Papa.
Or
All right, the game is starting. We have them loading in. If you guys see any aggression on either side here, or are they just going to play the hide and award and look out from the bushes type of opening?
Judging by the pings from both teams, looks like they're
Hey!
probably just be spreading out.
Look at all those subs. Now I'm Fulcha.
Oh my
Big Daddy
God.
Fulcha.
Oh, hold on.
That's a big pog
I
in the
think
chat.
Spence Champs.
That's quite a jump from three.
Yeah,
Three
I think
pennies
Spence. I
there.
think Spence. I think
Little
Spence
papa.
Champs' dad just got a sub. Hell yeah! Welcome to the club, Reckless.
One for each undone
All right.
button.
I think it's.
Well, in that case, let me lower my
Yep.
camera
All right.
and
Two.
get to work over here. Well, we don't want to be banned on Twitch. We shouldn't be doing that. Hold on.
Yeah, wait a minute.
There's some guidelines we gotta listen to.
10
here,
subs for a kimono.
Mr. Broken.
We'll bring back the old kimono.
All right. It's off camera, but I'm officially completely unbuttoned.
Oh, hold
I
on.
believe it. He just sent me a Snapchat. We got very distracted.
Yeah, we did. I mean, we didn't miss anything.
Yeah,
They're not
luckily
doing shit.
Yeah, the teams aren't
If
doing
you're
much.
gonna
They're
donate
picket
now.
Picket lining.
Donate now. We will give you all
Yep.
of our attention.
But yeah.
Alright.
Now we're.
We see Zabel starting top side here. They're both going to be starting their red buffs. Now, could this lead to aggression on the bot lane from Zabel? Is that what?
Yeah, I
they're
think that's
looking for?
exactly what he's going to be looking for. I think he knows that this is a lane that's going to be terrifying for them if Ocean can find any advantage. So if he can kind of offset that, that'll be good.
Actually, real quick, Vash just smited the red buff. He's going to look to dive right into bot
man.
lane ASAP.
Oh, he's looking, and Worthy Dust started with his Q, so he's gonna have to flash engage
but
if he wants to do anything. He does not have the Zenith
Oh,
blade.
but Zabel's in mid lane.
Oh, flash comes
Sable
out.
did this last time.
He's alive.
Oh no. Vash has just been here so
Oh,
long.
and this bash gank. just
Why
didn't work out.
show?
Oh, and he didn't start with W, which you have to start for a clean, clear
True that,
as
true
Echo
that.
jungle. He actually went from Q to E, which, like, if you're gonna gank bot lane, why don't you want the bubble anyway to keep the CC train going?
Yeah, I mean that is they risked it for the biscuit, but that biscuit has eluded them.
Yep. Now they're sitting there hungry, hangry, and
Good E though.
oh,
Zenith blade on
does
Robian,
go
but
in
they're
well.
all level 2. He's gonna return some fire. Exhaust coming down from Spence Champ a little late, not really blocking too much damage.
Goes forward again. We
Yeah.
do see Zabel now is hovering bot side. Maybe looking for a cheeky behind
When
the
the hook
turret
lands
gank.
from Spence Champ onto Worthy Dust. Worthy Dust is looking low. A bit more damage coming from Rovian. The flash comes out to avoid the knockup from Sable. Jmu is speeding on out of there. But he actually, he gets one more shot from Rovian. Hits him, but he gets down to
The
20
exhaust!
HP.
The exhaust saved him.
Oh,
What?
Holy
MVP.
shit. But talk about MVP. Sable with the proactivity. He is making magic happen all around him. Holy cow.
You're absolutely right. He's like a teenage girl, just proactive all over the place.
Oh, yeah. Major outbreaks in every lane. Gotta be addressed.
Great job. I mean, and the end though, we do see. Actually, Jmu had the exhaust. Excuse me, he did
Yeah,
not
his
take
support
heal this
actually
game.
didn't. Yeah.
Jmu, the Ash, has exhaust instead of heal, and he went ahead and exhausted Rovian during that exchange.
Wait, how is he moving so fast? I feel like he was. Oh, he has he's running phase rush.
Interesting.
This is all over the map.
Oh,
The
dive to the
turret
top.
dive!
Can you take him down? Take him down!
They
No!
don't commit to it.
Kill him! Give us so much health!
Oh, he
Somebody
could've
hit
killed him.
somebody!
Oh, and now at the mid lane, Zabel goes in. Damage on a Phoenix. He's ticking low with the
Kill
space
him!
aids, but he's not gonna go
Look
down.
at back top again. Kill him!
Oh. Oh no.
Push the lane in. Push the lane in. You got this. But actually, Nasus didn't put any damage onto Vaster Stampede, so he just died to turret. Kobold
Yeah,
got
could've
no
been
It's
gold
kind of
from
just
that.
a faster recall,
So
right?
it's not as bad.
That was
Yeah,
just the maximum
absolutely.
efficiency.
Just flexing on him. Just flexing on
It
him.
was probably time to back anyways.
Yeah, he had his or one of his jungle items. Good heads up play by Vash there. Hey, gank didn't work. I'll just die to turret.
Yep. Cut your losses.
A lot of action so far and 0 kills. All summoners have been blown. Everyone's
Blue
going all
balls for
over the map.
casters. We are. We're all on tilt right
Yeah.
now. We're all on edge. We want something to happen.
Waiting for that first blood. We just can't say it yet.
Yeah, that's true. We've seen blood, but it didn't mean anything. It was just mindless nonsense.
It's just a scratch. 'Tis but a scratch. Yeah. Now Rubber Band Man, I think ideally should hard shove this wave onto turret. He's in a bad spot right now. Cobalt's still able to get his stacks up while being safe from ganks, as we can see. You don't want to gank Nasus onto tower, especially as he's about to hit 6, which he does right now.
Oh man, but he's got
Yeah, he's got the level
the item
advantage.
advantage.
Ornn, yeah, I mean that's the nice thing with this passive. Actually, look at the CS lead that Rubber Band Man has right now on Cobalt. He's doing a good job, despite being very dangerous up in the lane.
They're looking for it at the bot lane. Sable is lurking. I don't know if they're trying to bait something, but it's a really good ward placed there, right next to the blast plant for Ocean. They actually saw Sable go over, so they're ready for this counter gank, which is going to start onto Worthy Dust. The exhaust comes down immediately, but here comes Echo. Oh, the Nivane actually pushes back Worthy Dust, who's unable to get on top of Roby, and the first blood goes down onto Worthy Dust. But there are now 3 members from each team. Zable's dropping. Shu finds himself in a bad place. Vash comes in, gets the slow onto Spence Champ, who's maybe able to hook himself to safety, and he is.
Woo! Let's go, Ocean!
Wow,
200 gold
God.
lead.
2
200. This is
2 kills off of that. What a TP too by Rubber Band Man. Able to, I thought he was gonna completely miss his ult, but he knocked him up twice in a row. They're gonna go over and transfer to the air Drake. Rubber Band Man still trying to whack away the Shu. While they go ahead and secure the Drake. Ash doing some serious damage. Phoenix getting a little bit low, so he's going to eat some fruit. And the first Drake goes over.
Let's go! Ocean fans rejoice.
Wow.
That was a
Yeah,
was a
looking good
sick
for
play.
Ocean.
That was hype. That was hype.
Yeah, with that teleport though, you do concede a little bit of your lane pressure top, having to forfeit some plates over to Nasus, losing a good amount of CS to the tower. But overall, definitely worth helping get your bot lane ahead.
Yeah, and they got the kill onto to Jamu too, who shows he likes the gold. He likes getting the gold. Really well done by him. Now Ornn's almost got his Sunfire cape completed, and when he's got that done, it's very, very hard to kill him.
Yeah, he'll be strong for a while at that point. He'll have a little bit of a breather from the onslaught that will be Nasus come late game.
That was a great bubble too by Vash to Stampede. Just even with Worthy Dust being knocked back by Robian's E as Vayne, my fear of what would happen to Echo is gone if Robian wastes his E on, not exactly wastes, but uses his E
Sure.
on Leona.
Yeah, it certainly kept him alive for a little bit, but too many people there.
Yeah. Really, really good.
That
bubble
being
placement.
said, the CS lead in this bot lane is still very much in Infernal's favor.
Oof,
Um,
yeah.
You see it's still gold in Jamu's favor overall, but it's not as big as it might have been had the CS numbers been a little bit different.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, but at least it evened it up, right? Which is actually funny because you would think Ash would be able to outpoke the Vayne.
Well, I think it just came from that early gank that we had, where Jamu was burned out of lane.
Sure.
But we're seeing some action here in this top lane. Maybe are they really thinking about diving?
Looks like they are, and the stun is going to land onto him along with the knockup. They're kind of piling that around, but he's still at half health. Still has his ult up and hasn't used it yet. Now he's going to use it as Vash gets low. Rubber Bandman drops the ult to the knockup, but there's no follow-up. There's no way
It's
Vash
a
is getting
ballsy
there.
maneuver. Definitely a tall order to try and burn down
Yeah.
a Nasus who's got some health items.
Oh, but Infernal smells blood, and Shu is coming up the river with Sable. Vash has got to run for his life here. Shu has his ultimate, I believe. Yeah, but they're just going to turn on to Rubber Bandman. Yeah, they're just going to take the easier kill there. Hand it off to Shu, no problem.
Yeah, that, like you said, smelled blood in the river, and Phoenix wasn't even able to turn around and respond to that. I think a little bit of indecision on Phoenix's part there. You have to either immediately follow or you have to hard shove the lane and punish you, because now he still gets the full wave with that rotation up and getting the kill.
Yeah, that's tricky.
Oh, big CC chain onto the Vayne, who's able to flash out. Spence Champ, though, is stuck in the middle of it. He's just trying to protect Vayne. He's begging for some help. He looked over. Oh, man. Trying to save Rovi, and he looked over to him as help and like, please, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. But Rovian's just like, nah, bro, I'm good. I'm out. And the kill goes over to Ash.
Yeah, and Rovian's heal is up. Just gonna call that out.
It was
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. Too bad. You're
too close.
That was a great engage. Hitting that, like that was like wanted bullet level of curving. Went around the Nautilus and hit the Vayne, and they were able to just completely shut him down.
That was,
or take him out of the fight
good
so they
engage.
can focus the Nautilus.
Yeah, Worthy Dust looking absolutely fantastic on this Leona so far.
you'll love to see it. Vayne with the very, very early QSS. Like, extremely early. Not even wanting to finish a full item.
You know, he knows what's up.
Definitely playing for that late game, just trying to stay safe and avoid giving over any more early kills, I guess.
I mean, I can't really blame him after seeing what happened like 5 seconds ago, right? That's gotta be a terror in his dreams. But you do want to at least complete an item normally first, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a hefty cost for Infernal to pay here. I mean, Rovian, he's not really going to do anything in these fights for the next, I don't know, several minutes. Until he gets another item, he's not really doing anything.
Yep. We seen in the chat they're still debating that Susan tower dive. It's don't even. Yeah, I think you're right. It doesn't matter who tanked it. I don't think you're gonna kill Susan, who had barrier and had heal coming up.
Is Bash the sickest ever? You bashed the sickest ever! Let's go!
Oh, and he ults out!
And then the big ult. What a steal!
Oh, but Orin is here and he hit the knockup on the
over.
2 members of Rovian and Sable. Sable's running for his life. Jmu catches up to get damage onto the bot lane, and the big knockup from Rubber Band Man onto Rovian. Spence Champ is just giving
what
over
a
his
hero!
life.
They scream, "I'll remember you," as he turns around to try and body block them into their jungle. Spence Champ, your sacrifice may be in vain though, because with that Dragon Steel, Ocean's looking really good.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing, even being up those 2 kills, you're still down in gold. It's just,
Yeah, the farm difference in mid and wow, it was nicely just mid actually, but.
Yep. Cobalt burning ult up top, just trying to shove this as hard as he can. Trying to get like one more plate before plates fall. But we're seeing a
Yeah, and that Nasus is sitting at 189
seeing a
stacks
teleport
right
from
now.
Shu.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Oh, just to save the
didn't-
turret and the plates.
That was a teleport.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Sable was mid, kind of covering that.
He teleported so
maybe
far back. I'm gonna
works
give that
out.
one a big head scratcher. That's a head scratch for me. Maybe I don't have a big enough brain to understand it, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
Hey, if your teleport's not on cooldown, you're wasting it.
True.
That's right.
I also never take teleports, so I don't know. Wow, Rubber Band Man's actually whittling Cobalt down and bullying him out of lane. I thought they would, at this point in the game, Nessus would be a little stronger, but perhaps those turrets. Hey, maybe we turret that one.
Infernal shows up to lend Cobalt a helping hand, and Rubber Band Man is looking mighty toast here. They're just dropping all the ults on him. They don't care. 3 ults.
Yep.
Taking him down.
I feel like we've seen this one before. It involves a lot of people to try and take down an Ornn. They do it successfully, but at what cost? What are they going to get on the other side of the map?
Well, Nasus is set up right now to try and take first turret. I think it's going to be a bit of a race here. You see Jmu pushing really hard in the bot lane, while Nasus is just waiting for his stacks. I think Cobalt's got to go.
He missed it.
Got to go in too late. Too late.
Just straight missed it.
And with first turret down, Ocean is still behind the goal. Up a kill. up two dragons, gets first turret. How are you still
Go
down
gold?
700
to
gold
Shu.
still.
What?
Oh man. Yeah. Shu with a 50 CS lead in the middle. That's
It's a fatty.
It's pretty
That's
intense.
a fatty lead.
That's nutty. That is a fatty lead.
putting up those LCS numbers.
It looks like we have Ashe working towards her own Quicksilver Sash.
A lot of respect being thrown around these games.
Yeah. While Vayne doesn't even have boots yet. Like you had mentioned earlier, dude.
Ooh, Ashe Hero comes out of the top lane, which is going to be followed up by the Ornal. Cobalt is already at half health, and here comes Worthy Dust, landing even more stuns onto him. Rubber Bandman
Take
taking
him
the turret,
down!
taking a lot of damage, but he doesn't care.
And Rovian dips.
Oh, Rovian just disconnects.
Rovian's like, I've had enough. That was a CC chain to end all CC chains. They heard
Oh,
chat flaming him about the tower dive on Nasser. Like, let's bring one more this time. And they make the magic happen.
You know what happened? Rovian knew if you can turret dive a Nasus who has ult, the game's over anyway.
It's over. He's like, all right, guys, I'm out. I'm out. You guys can have
FF or I
this one.
leave. FF or AFK, your choice.
Oh, man.
But yeah, that CC chain was huge. And like I said, this time Ornn actually tanked the turret. Tanked it for a long time. It brought him really low, but they were able to finally do it.
Yeah, the Wither actually tricked him out a little bit. He almost died to that. Getting a little slower as he tries to inch away.
You know, actually, what's funny too, what might have actually been a reason for that kill is that with Spellbook, he had Ghost and TP up, where I wonder if he had maybe heal or barrier, would have been he would have survived long enough for Ornn to die.
Yeah, I mean, it was super close. I think that, it could have been played in a way where he could have got the kill on Bandman, but I mean, still, that's a dead Nasus and 2 members here to take the tower. So good play from Ocean.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And don't get me wrong, it's not like Ghost and TP is bad to have on a Nasus. I'm just talking about a roll in the dice. I'm looking through all the 147 million timelines, and I found the one where Nasus was able to trade.
I think maybe if you have like an exhaust and a barrier or something, then you might be in good shape.
Yeah. Just got to Doctor Strange it with the time stone and see which one.
Looks like Rovian is back, so I think we should expect to see the game coming back up soon.
Very soon.
Yeah. And with that turret dive, Ocean is still behind in gold.
Interesting. Truly interesting.
All right, we're coming back.
It's a humdinger right there.
Humdinger indeed.
Wow. Well, Ocean's going to look to make the gold lead go in their favor by taking that tower and then shifting over to the Rift Herald. Maybe using this to grab another turret and finally put themselves ahead.
Rubber Bandman is playing a dangerous game, though. He's not. They don't really have a tank. Leo's still a little too squishy here. There's an
good flash from
engage.
Shu to get out of danger, but man, Spence Champ gets locked up. Trying to, I don't know really what he was trying to do.
Not where you want to be. Not where you want to be. Reckless Roy, look away. That's your son falling into bot or over by Herald. Yeah, just a little bit over aggression. I think there's a bit of a miscall on, do we leave this? Do we take this? Well, we lost Herald. Do we still want to go in? What do we do?
We're here. We might as well go forward.
Sure.
No, wait, never mind. Meanwhile, Zable's going to be setting up, trying to get their first Drake of the game, which is going to be an Infernal Drake. Should be popping up in about 30 seconds, it looks like. Secures the scuttle. However, there is going to be a Rift Herald on the field as they push down mid. Pops it in mid lane. Hopefully they're able to secure this, otherwise, I don't know.
Looks
here
like
comes
it's
a big
going to get its charge
headbutt.
off.
Cash money.
Pop. Cash money.
And with that, Infernal maintains their 200 gold lead.
It's got to be a bug. I swear. I'm convinced there's a bug. TP now from Nasus. They actually really want to secure this
5v5.
Drake. Here comes a big fight. We're going to see if there's going to be an engaged. Spez Champ is trying to bait out any CC, but he's just going to chunk low. He goes out and roots Leona. Then there's a big ult from Shu onto Leona, but she's still Ornn ult just knocks everybody up, and we're going to see people starting to get real low. Echo puts the ult back. Spez Champ is super low. Get out of here, buddy.
untouched.
What are you thinking? Rubber Bandman's dying to Nasus. Cobalt is just way too big. Shu's getting a little
Cobalt
chunky.
at full health.
Oh, he gets withered down. Phoenix was able to put down a lot of damage, though, and stays full health. And Shu's still chasing down. The guy's
The
a
Ocean
madman.
Boys left standing. The old Ocean Boys versus the new. Or, I guess they're all old Ocean Boys.
Yeah, they went 3 for 3 in that fight, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bloody fight, leaving 3 or 4 members. Oh, yeah, sorry, 3 members down for each team.
Oh!
Oh, Jamu actually tagged the dragon!
Oh, is he going to die from his own dragon?
Oh,
Get it!
flash
Yeah!
the
That's my
The flash
boy!
shut down!
Oh.
He's not messing
And there's a
around.
pause.
And the game
Rovian's
paused.
Oh. Oh no.
He said it's just like NASA's getting dived under tower. If Shu can die, the game's over. FF or AFK.
He's seen the God King bleed. And there is hope.
Wow, that is insane. I love the cojones on Phoenix. You want to talk about a big package. Pressing Valkyrie in and then flashing for the rocket that he just knows he's going to hit. He knows he's going to nail that rocket and
That's
get him
some
the
big
kill on
package
Shu.
energy.
That's a big package.
Oh, this broadcast has been
All
brought
right, we're gonna
to you
see.
by
It looks like they're saying they're ready. They should be reloading soon.
Yeah, Infernal has indicated that they're ready, and they're the one that started the pause, so just waiting for Ocean to respond.
Reciprocating the R's.
Yep.
We're going back in.
Shu has unpaused the game.
Now we're gonna see maybe a fight around this dragon, although with Infernal down a man, I'm not sure if they're gonna be able to contest this much. Although they have the jungler there.
Himself.
He wants to look cool too.
It gets reset. He gets reset. He is 2 levels above.
Oh,
you gotta just
Sable
win
gets
it.
stunned up!
And he stole it! It was
Oh,
the
he
2-level
still got it!
damage! It was a 2-level difference with the smite. He was stunned and was able to steal
Oh,
it.
worthy
He
dust.
looked at that dragon weird
Oh,
and he
man.
took it. That man's crazy. He just stood there and took it.
I can't
Oh
believe he
my
got that. I mean,
God.
Worthy Dust did. He laid it on him. He laid the CC on that Jarvan, just trying to stop him, but he still gets the smite off. Holy crap!
Worthy Dust was on Zabel like it was prom night, and it didn't matter. He still pushed through and got the 2. It was the 2-level. That's why XP is important, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a jungler.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, definitely.
Man, that was ridiculous. I can't believe he got that.
And with that Dragon Steel, Infernal's down in gold. This game
Infernal's
is
up.
backwards, guys.
Infernal's up
Oh,
in.
yeah.
Infernal's up 300.
No, Infernal's down in
No.
gold.
They have the 30. They have 31.
Oh yeah, you're right. I can't read numbers. I'm not. I'm
Ocean
actually
has
not literate. I just
31.4.
pretend. I just look at. I just look at words and pretend I know what they mean. I just hope that nobody actually calls me
and
on
it's
it.
worked so far.
This explains why you're always riffing and not writing.
True.
Man, I would like to look at the scoreboard right now. The carries for Team Ocean: 6-0-5 Ashe and a 3-0-3 Corki. That is that's mighty scary.
That's looking good. That's looking real good. Yeah, and Vayne still hasn't completed an item. She's not even close to completing her bleed.
All right, so let's hop off of the Ocean D train for a second, and
All right.
let's take a. Infernal is very much not out of this. The gold is pretty much even.
No.
No.
So in what scenarios, what is Ocean doing well here that is kind of letting them get this lead, and what does Infernal need to clean up?
I think that Ocean is doing a really good job using their team call, which they're going to do here. Rovian is so out of position. Oh,
What?
Instantly QSS is that, but it is not enough. He's got so
That was
much
cute.
follow-up. Yeah, really good QSS.
Wow,
I mean,
that's sneak around too.
yeah. But they're doing that. That right there. They just answered your question. They're making picks. They're using their ults to make kills happen while Cobalt's not there. While I'm talking, Spence Champ almost gets brought down. But yeah, they just need to keep doing this. They need to keep pushing, dictating the course of the match by just picking fights and like not letting Cobalt run away with split push. I mean, look at Cobalt has to be with the team here. He was with the team at that dragon fight. He's with the team here, which is not really what he wants to be doing. It's basically like delaying the clock for when Cobalt is going to be huge. And the ult goes on to Echo, but he's able to just ult out of that. But he gets actually caught in the Jarvan ult. Although Sable himself is going to go down. We're looking at a 4v4 now. Big knockup onto Worthy Dust. but he's actually going to just sneak out of there with Phoenix and Jmu just lighting up the members of Infernal. Worthy just goes back in just to get the extra CC. Rovian's now trying to do something, but he's still sitting at 0 items, so he's going to hang back.
Wow, that was quite a turnaround. That was a 3 for 2 there. And you know what? If Rovian had any items, it was going to be a complete cleanup. However, his 3 autos counted for one of Ash's W. So he smartly turned around and realized he's not where Vayne needs to be just yet. But that lockdown of Echo, and then the arena under turret, which was huge, let them
good follow up there.
Let them do the damage they needed to do.
Yeah, Jmu actually remained pretty much untouched for that fight. He was just sitting in the back line, raining down arrows, doing a lot of damage, but honestly, so was Shu. Shu just kind of left uncontested there.
Phoenix actually has been, I know a lot has been looking at Jmu, but Phoenix has been dealing a lot of damage in these fights as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's getting the pokey. I think the change to a distance, 2 distance ADCs has been making it harder for Shu to get who he needs to get.
Yeah, I mean, once the Triforce is done on Corki, he just like starts tearing through people. But here we see a little bit of slap action in the top lane. Top lane.
Our Bandman is trying to fight him a little bit here. The ult goes down from Nasus saying like, yeah, I'm going to win this fight. Rubber Bandman says, yeah, I've got an ult too. It's going to knock him up with it. But meanwhile, at the Dragon Pits, the ults are going to drop down, stun up the carries for Infernal. Spence trying to tank up the front line of Ocean, and nobody has gunned down yet, including the top lane. Both of them are going to walk away. Although Spence steps forward just a little too far, and he's going to get brought down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that bubble was going to be sick from Vash's Stampede. However, Spence put on his sacrifice pants, which he's been doing all game, by the way, and was able to lock up the Echo before he can actually stun 3 of those members, following up the Leona.
Now the question is, does Ocean want this Drake? I think they do, and yeah, they're pulling it to the far corner, kind of away from where they know Sable is. Can Sable do it again? He's the same level now.
Oh,
as
that was a
Vash,
bit
so
early.
No excuses.
Or a little premature.
Worthy does.
Is he doing it again?
No.
He is not going to do it again. The TP coming down on the Voidling too. This could be bad for Cobalt if they can. They've got so much potential, but there's no Ashe ult, no Leona ult. How are they going to catch these two? They're maybe
Alright, can Shu and Cobalt do it again? The classic Shu and Cobalt 1v5, brought to you weekly.
Yeah, that was I mean, incredible job by Vash to win that smite fight, because that was a straight up 50-50. However, I mean, Leo locked him down. Why didn't everyone just stop attacking the dragon and
Right,
turn
should that have been a 50-50?
Yeah, definitely. A bit odd to make that a 50-50. They had plenty of time to turn on Sable, but you know what? It worked out. They won the coin toss, so.
It was the cojones. He just knew. Just like Phoenix knew with that flash. Vash said, nah, boys, I got it. I want him to try.
Vash was just looking for some redemption, honestly.
And I call it a 1v5 because
looks like we're
Shu
setting
and
up vision
Cobalt
here now for the bear.
become one when they play together.
I didn't even catch up on that.
Oh man. We now have Cobalt on Nasus sitting at 399 stacks. He's starting to get a little scary.
Yes, he is. Rubber Band now, though, has hit that ever so important level 13 on Ornn. So he can start buffing up the items.
It's
Is it
13 for himself, 14 to deliver him to other people.
Hmm.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Nulark, let us know. You've played a lot of
upgraded
Ornn.
items, though.
Yeah,
does
he has
have
2 for
upgraded
himself.
items. I don't know how that works.
When Ornn reaches level 13, he will upgrade any eligible items for himself up to 2. And then for each level after 13, he can upgrade someone else.
Oh,
That's dumb.
interesting.
Quick aside, that's dumb.
That's stupid.
Thought of that.
Ocean is hunting through this Infernal jungle, just looking for some juicy target, and Infernal's scared. They're backing off, and Cobalt might be the target. Shu getting the teleport down just to try to help him out. Ulting the wrong target that Worthy Dust is probably not who you want, although maybe it's enough. Sable's going to come in, help him finish that off. Ulting onto Phoenix, who has to flash out of there. both carries for Ocean are separated from their team right now, and Cobalt is going to try to run him down.
Yeah, both supports go down here. It's just, I guess, what would you rather have, a Nautilus or a Leona up? Who's at a disadvantage with both supports down? Cobalt did pop his ult, though, so he's going to be a little bit more vulnerable here.
Yeah, so it's down.
Jaymu is slowing him.
Jaymu dodges the knockup from Sable, so he's actually just dishing out the damage. Cobalt has no ult here. Jaymu is just going to annihilate Cobalt here, even though he is a tanky boy. And that's 2 members of Infernal down.
Yeah, we'll see if Vash wants to push the initiative here and actually hunt down Rovian, though that might be a little bit too much for him to go after. But Jaymu on Ashe, I mean, Wither's nice, but that's one ability. What if all your attacks Wither?
Yeah, the carry's looking so strong for Team Ocean.
And this series is delivering. Hyped up to be a true banger. It is living up to the hype. Definitely so even. It's 19 to 10. It's
still,
a 1K gold lead.
Yeah, jeez. This is like Air versus Infernal all over again.
I don't understand how this game works anymore. It's 19 to 10, and it's a 1K gold lead.
Yeah, I'm sure that Ocean right now is.
Dude, they are even on
Ocean
turrets.
can't be doing that math in their head. They're definitely not like looking at all the CS and trying to figure out who's got the. I mean, they all know that Shu's jacked, right?
I mean, they might be. It's Shu. He might be able to do that. Who knows?
That's true.
He's calculated all the CS. He's know how many casters.
He knows every reality in which they win.
Sable looking for an engage, but onto the Worthy Dust. Worthy Dust's own ult is going to miss here. Orin ult is going to knock up a whole bunch of members. Jaymu is safe on that backline, just cutting down that Cobalt, who fails to flash over the wall. Meanwhile, Shu's ult brings down Vash the Stampede, but Ocean is still looking pretty healthy from the sides of their carries with Phoenix and Jaymu. And Worthy Dust is still alive with some engage potential there if they do want to try to repick this fight. But that's a 3 for 2 in favor of Ocean. Oh, and Worthy Dust is going to hit that stun, and they're just going to flash in aggressively, cleaning up that kill. Rovian is going to flash away from that slow, and he's actually going to secure himself.
These fights are insane. They're so back and forth and so drawn out. And this is going to be an early dragon.
Yeah, man. I don't know if I would have stood as close as Shu was there while there's a Leona alive.
I mean, you wouldn't think Worthy Dust with like 5 HP is going to go in, but Worthy Dust gives
Worthy Chad.
He just went right in.
Yeah, and that is Infernal Soul now for Team Ocean. That could be a game winner right there.
That's huge. That is huge. As if the Ashe wasn't doing enough right now.
9, 0, and 12.
That was.
Oof.
And he got a huge shutdown by killing the Shu too. He's up
The
got
Shu.
3 items plus the QSS. The Shu, the one and only. I'm surprised after that Rovian didn't just disconnect and leave the game.
Yeah, I expect we're going to see either a push for Baron here or just run it down mid, knowing that Ocean is so powerful.
I don't have all day.
Although I say that, still actually kind of within 2k gold, so... But that Infernal Soul is pretty significant and is not accounted for in that gold total, so...
Yeah. And also,
and Vash the Stampede engages onto Jaymu. The stun actually locks him up from Jaymu. Sorry, he engaged onto Vash, but Vash is alive. Jaymu's stun hits him.
Hot damn.
Now here's the question. Was that a bait by Vash or a save by Jaymu?
True. The world may never know.
That was a great pickoff. I was just about to say the only difference is that all the gold is on Shu, and the gold is spread a little bit more evenly on Ocean here. So if they're able to kill Shu, there goes all your fighting potential.
See if Sable can pull off another miracle here. The knockup hits everyone but Sable. Sable's still alive, gets in there, but Vash beats him to the smite, and Sable's going to go down. He locks him in the arena, slow him down for a few seconds, but it doesn't really matter. Ocean has the Infernal Soul. They have the Baron. They've got the manpower. They're going to push top lane and look to end this game, I think.
I think you have to end it right now. You cannot let it go on longer and let Infernal find a way to win. Because he's, right now, Shu's with his Abacus right now, doing the match, and sliding this over here, sliding this over there, and it's like, if we just get this turn at this time, we can pull out the win. No, you got to end it now.
He's Doctor Strange figuring out the one universe in which they can pull this off.
This is it.
And they are just going to pick that turret down.
But things are looking good for Ocean. Ocean fans start to get excited. This is something to get excited about. Cake.
Yeah, first inhib down on the top side. They're going to transfer over. Going to see if they can push in mid lane as well. Try and get the most out of their Baron. Yeah, they're going to be able to shut this turret down real quick.
Oh, Asher comes down on a Cobalt, and the Leona ult misses, but the follow-up is still there.
What?
Oh man, but Worthy Dust goes down, but the carries for Ocean are still just raining hell from the backline. Shu and Rovian are alive, but it's not going to matter.
What an insane stun by Vash. That was some stuff. That was like 3 people locked up.
Huge bubble. And I love the go. I mean, Cobalt just jumped in front and sacrificed himself for Shu, because as soon as the spell shield went down, Jmu instantly ulted and threw the arrow at him. Yep. However, it was eaten up by Nasus, and Shu was able to survive that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Nasus was probably not the target they were looking for there, so that's probably why things didn't go quite as well as it could have for them. But I mean, still, they got more kills, and the best thing for Infernal is that they didn't lose their tower.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I mean, Cobalt was a hero there. He saw the spell shield go down and just body blocked it. I'm gonna assume it was on purpose. Cobalt is a man of many strengths, so just blocked it with his big dog body. He said, "I got you, babe," and then they kissed in the night.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry, I'm writing my fanfic on there.
I mean, very notably, it just looks like Spence Champ is having not quite the performance he wants to. Rocking that 09 and 6. Same with Sable. Sable making a bunch of hero plays and really getting in there, but yeah, a lot of members of Infernal kind of looked like they started not really handling the pressure well once Ocean started running away with that early lead.
Yeah, I think they've got to be careful here, though, being split too much. I totally believe that Infernal has it in them to pull off a crazy engage to start this, so they gotta play safe here, let that cannon just chunk down the middle turret, which it is going to in just a minute. Yep, there it goes.
And they're applying the pressure. They don't want this game to go any longer. It's going to be another inhib going down. And now you use the super minions as a 6th or 7th player in the mid and top lane, and you take the bottom turret. It's just well done here. Well.
Yeah, like to see what Ocean decides to do here. If they want to push this while they've got a little bit of damage. Jmu actually sitting just at like 60% health, so not the healthiest. He's within burst range for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully they recognize that. They let him heal off of the next wave upcoming.
Yeah.
Or we'll see if they just blew down. They're like, no, I'm the carry.
No,
I want to. I'm the carry. I need the CS. No, I'm the carry. I need the CS.
Gets a little bit healthier at least, but could be at full health.
Wow,
Spence Champ runs forward to get that ult onto Jmu. Oh my goodness, Sable continuing to dive, but Jmu gets the Ash ult onto him. The arena actually cuts him off. Really good move from Sable there, which actually isolates Worthy Dust, so the support is down and Cobalt is running down these carries. Vash the Stampede goes in to try to delay what he can, but he just gets locked up, and Infernal is actually winning.
Here we go, boys! You ready for the banger?
Woo! Woo!
Oh man.
Oh, and with Vash dying, look what Dragon's up. This is the Elder Drake. This could turn the game completely around. This should pretty much have this secured.
Yeah, even though they had to send Shu back to defend the base.
Just a second too fast. If Vash didn't stopwatch and got Echo's passive off, Shu is dead.
Now this is the big risk, keeping Jmu and Phoenix in there to try to poke them down. It could work. This could actually end up delaying them and how they need to. The exhaust comes down, but Jmu is so low. Sable could probably get a kill on him
Wither is not what you need to have happen. Jmu needs to run. He's gonna get tapped.
Oh, slaps him for 1,000 gold. Oh man,
they've delayed it, but at what cost?
Vash is specifically too late. It's too late. Oh, that's huge. I mean, there's still 2 inhibs down for Infernal. Mm-hmm. Elder Drake does eventually run out. It's just you have to survive now. The only problem is Baron is coming up. And now here's that timeline, right? Here's that abacus. She was just sitting there pressing the button because we get Elder Drake, and then we can use that to get Baron, and then we're going to get the money over to it. We've got it, boys. We still have a chance. Spence Champ taking out a pink ward. Good job, support, getting the vision score up high. and it looks like they're going to start securing vision and pushing out mid lane so they can set up for the Baron. It's hard enough to contest the Baron at any point in time, but when the enemy team has Elder Drake, so they only have to do 3/4 of the damage they normally have to do, it could be damn near impossible.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now Vash has been winning these smite fights, and he is up a level. There is a chance for an epic steal.
So if you're Ocean right now, you're starting to feel a little bit nervous. That advantage that you've had for this whole game is starting to maybe feel like it could slip away. It's not a fun place to be.
Kind of wait out this Elder Dragon as long as they can.
Yeah, do a little poke. They do have a good poke composition. Echo Q with
Worthy Dust.
Ooh, Zabel's getting a little excited though.
They're gonna go for the.
Yeah, they burn the Worthy Dust flash. I mean, that can cut down a lot on the ability for Ocean to pick some crazy engages.
Oh, that rocket from Phoenix, he's doing a lot of damage. I mean, he's 4 levels up on Spec Champ right now. But yeah, with Ashe, with Corki, with Echo, you do have poke. You can try and whittle them down.
Yeah, and Infernal is just not willing to start this up. They're just looking for the bait.
Yeah, they know the timer is going down though on Elder Drake. They have to do something now.
Oh, the Ghost comes out from Cobalt. He might be looking to start something.
Yeah, Ocean recognizes that they have a super minion wave in mid.
And they're split, and the big goal comes out from Sable, but he's isolated from his team, just got in there a little too quickly. Big knockup from Orin as the carries chew through that Nasus, but now they've got to contend with the rest of Team Ocean. Oh, Phoenix missteps! I don't think he meant to go there, and he goes down. It is just Jmu and Worthy Dust who gets max range hooked there. They are running for their lives.
Trying to do what they can.
Yeah, still looking for a hook. Just
Oh.
barely misses with the pixel. The slow.
Nasus missing the bomb plant. Bomb planting in place. But meanwhile, in their base, they had a super minion. It wasn't enough, but...
Oh, yeah. Their base is actually looking all right now.
Oh, look at that. Shoot pushes out. Make sure that bot lane is pushing out and immediately TPs to the Baron pit. Great usage of that. They're going to go ahead and secure the Baron. And now that's another timer that Ocean has to wait before they can make the big
Oh,
moves.
man.
The gold is now in Ocean's favor, or Infernal's favor.
It is.
Yep, it's
A
true.
little bit more than a K lead on by Infernal. I can't believe it's a 40-minute game and they're only 1K difference in gold. This game is insane. We're almost 2K now.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of playing out how we might have predicted in the sense that Ocean had so much tempo going from the early game, and the fact that they weren't able to finish means Infernal putting together with their really good communication and a terrifying Nasus. They're putting that to good use and starting to dominate this late game.
Rovian's got the items now.
Now,
I
actually-
mean, Rovian started off with that QSS and that delayed item. All those items are done. You're just waiting on one more at this point. Shoes full build. It's getting just to the point where it's full build versus full build.
Oh, Wither comes down to the Vash, but he's going to dash out of there.
One bit of problem, which is maybe something that Ocean can take away from this game, 40 minutes, and no one is above level 16 on Ocean's side.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
it's true.
They may be sharing too much XP together. Got to find ways to get some of that solo lane goodness.
Back's actually coming out from Infernal. They're trying to get back and defend the base from Phoenix. It pushes in that wave. He's not going to get the turret, though. He's going to kind of respect the fact that Infernal is probably going to rotate down to try to stop him. But he does actually... He kind of pulls the pressure off the mid lane.
Yeah. And it's smart to respect it too, right? Because with that Baron back, they'll be there instantly. Yeah, and we see, I mean, Vayne with all those items, same level as their tanky Orin. He might eat him alive. The tempo has definitely shifted into Infernal's favor.
Yeah, we've reached the point where Rovian is gonna be a force to be reckoned with in these fights. Finally,
Nasus sitting at 588 stacks. Not even that much, considering it's a 40-minute game. But
yeah.
it's that was the cost of getting to the late game, was having Nasus group.
Yep. Oh, they're just camping that pixel brush. If they can make a pick, but
Big
yeah, good call by Worthy Dust.
galactic brain Worthy Dust.
Spidey senses were tingling.
Smart play by them.
We've got another Elder Drake coming up.
Now this one can basically decide the game, right? I mean, the turrets are low enough. You get the Elder Drake, you don't even go for Baron. You force a fight. No more soft cupping. You take that ostrich egg and you make it into an omelet. And you say, that's it. I'm hungry. I don't care if you grow up and be...
Worthy Dust is kind of out of position here. He's going to get hooked up and ulted by Shu. He goes down before the fight can even start. And actually, Sable gets onto the carries of the backline of Ocean. But Spence Champ is kind of dueling out Jmu right now. And he is not quite going to go down. So many members of Team Infernal who are low, but none of them have died.
Oh my god.
And Jmu making a desperate call to push the middle lane.
Disaster. Total disaster for Ocean. Yeah, I mean, Ornn
Wow.
and Worthy Dust just cannot live to this Vayne. This Vayne just melts them. Same with Shu.
Yeah, and I mean, great job by Infernal finding one of the members just slightly out of place and jumping on him immediately.
Yeah, I mean, I think the problem there is that while Ocean was kind of dancing around that pit, they didn't pick the fight, really. They still got engaged upon, and Jmu is going to be getting himself in a little bit of trouble here with Cobalt, who flashes over flash ult from Shu, which is going to bring him down. That Guardian Angel is not going to do much.
Ganging up on the boy.
He's going to get blasted by that Infernal, or by that Elder Drake.
Yeah, and it's 60-minute death timers now. I mean, he's going to be out of the game for a while.
Yeah, Phoenix is likely not getting out of this one. Flash from Sable. And yeah, again, that Elder Dragon. Burning them down.
2 Elder Dragons, 1 game. Oh.
Yep, that's gonna...
That's it.
That might be it.
I think that's getting pretty close to it. Both carries are down on the side of Ocean.
Can they hold it for 60 seconds or 40 seconds?
There is no Baron buffs. These minions are at least killable, and there's a super minion in that middle lane.
Yeah.
It didn't last very long. Never mind.
Well, Infernal's down. I mean, they're
all coming down to Rubber Band Man. They're just thirsty. They'll take any kill they can get, but these members are tanky, but it does not matter. They're chewing through him like it's nothing. Worthy Dust is the only one left to defend this base. Feels bad. Jmu's got 3 seconds left. He's not going to be able to get here. And that is a win for Infernal Drake.
Like that, crushing the hopes and dreams of Ocean, hoping they could take the W home.
Oh my god.
That was
Infernal is inevitable.
That was insane. Totally and wholly insano. And with that, we're actually going to have to just kind of bump off the stream. Thank you for the cast, boys. Yeah. We are well behind schedule. This TriCast was sick. And that game...
Look at your shit.
We got some subs, dude.
I love it, baby.
Buttons for subs.
Infernal is inevitable.
Yeah, I basically said that best. Infernal is inevitable. GG's.
No one listens to my calls. I was the one that said that.
It sounds better when Isaac says it, though.
Oh, no.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, no.
Cool. All right. Well, with that, we're going to pass the stream over to someone else. I believe Darth Ted is going to be taking it over for, I believe, Sentinels versus Raptors. So stay tuned. Thanks for the cast, boys. Thank you to all the viewers, and like, follow, subscribe.